Magnesium sparks burst through flooded transit tunnels while overloaded turbine carriers rip along fractured inspection corridors and bent container rails beneath rotating floods. Gotta raise pressure pistons, hammering crack flooring beside boiling intake trenches and shadow converter houses coated in ash and cooling residue. Black exhaust rolling through narrow maintenance sectors while metallic debris scatters from damaged suspension braces and warped accelerated frames. Hydraulic rods snapping under violent engine forces, fractured cable ladder shake the side of the utility pits and ruptured relay walls, endless mechanical velocity, crushing reinforced industrial chambers buried under roaring combustion, straining violent propulsion pressure swallowing every sealed transport passageway. Structural barrier. Overheated engine chambers pulse beneath rotating emergency race motion. Accelerator rails burst the site, flooding you look until the maintenance workers wade through smoke-filled maintenance sectors. Overworked containment. There's the shaft, the low lies, the shoe close, heavily initial force, peppermint exhaust force. Initial hose, peppermint exhaust force. Burn suspension braces, collapse into flood and maintenance. Pressure overloaded turbines back and sparks cracked utility sectors and twisted accelerator ladders beneath rotating floodlight arrays. Pressure sirens roaring through smoke-filled engine halls. Facade containment rails and wall converter walls coated in ash and coolant residue. Violent propulsion ripping through narrow inspection corridors. Well fractured intake housings pulse beside boiling exhaust pits and damaged transport chambers. Metallic fragments spinning through blackened ventilation tunnels is endless acceleration. Storms crush reinforced industrial structures buried beneath roaring combustion pressure and violent mechanical strain swallowing every sealed transit sector and fractured maintenance passageway. Under unstoppable engine force and emergent chamber sex. That's your exits and bent inspectrements endless mechanical velocity for mini shattered emergency grids. Overloaded propulsion chamber spit violent exhaust through flooded turbine corridors while pressure alarms shake warped accelerated braces and cracked converter ladders above. Boiling utility pits, sparks flashing over damaged containment walls beside fractured engine towers and bent inspection rails and mechanical velocity flows. Overloaded turbines, pressure beside fractured accelerated corridors while shattered converters flooded maintenance halls and propulsion towers, sparks cascading from warped engine frames, hanging emergency arrays and boiling smoke storms. Pressure, even fractured chambers. Overloaded turbine sectors, ruptured beside fractured accelerated corridors while shattered maintenance halls and industrial chambers beneath roaring combustion forcing violent propulsion storms.
Crimson floodlights vibrate through sealed transport corridors while reinforced turbine walls cast sharp reflections over flooded utility trenches and fractured inspection rail. Pressure gauges twitching beside cracked containment braces and bent converter houses coated in ash and metallic residue. Chill exhaust drifting through narrow maintenance sectors packed with metallic footsteps and vibrating relay partitions. Hydraulic locks grinding beneath suspended surveillance arrays while black smoke crawls through damage and tape ducts and shattered cable ladder sparks flashing over polished flooring beside overloaded processor chambers and warped ventilation frames. Endless mechanical restraint compressing reinforced industrial halls and the violent operational pressure and suffocating structural tension swallowing every cell passageway in concrete sector. Reinforced containment sectors pulse beneath rotating emergency arrays vibrate beside flooded utility pits and cracked vinyl walls. Pressure sirens echoing through smoke from maintenance corridors over vent inspection braces and shattered converter ladders and flooding transport halls while endless structural tension crushes industrial chambers packed with boiling exhaust haze and violent operational pressure. Bloodline rain tears through reinforced containment sectors while fractured turbine towers erupt beside flooded relay corridors and burning converter chamber sparks cascading from cracked utility rails, rotating hazard grids and boiling smoke haze. Pressure waves hammering warbling and saws with damage and take walls deep beside shattered processor frames and then the structural tension floods reinforced corridors. Buried under roaring operational force, violent spraying and mechanical pressure storms. Black transport gates tremble or diverted chamber spit sparks through flooded containment corridors. While pressure alarms shake warp relay braces and cracked turbine ladders above boiling utility pits. Metallic echoes rolling through smoke from maintenance halls beside damage and tape walls and fractured processing towers. And Structure versus towers, and there's structures and shams. Living reinforced chambers, buried beneath violent operational pressure with more in them temperatures, crushing every sealed industrial passageway. Reinforced containment sectors, pulse beneath rotating emergency arrays, vibrate beside flooded utility pits and cracked by walls, pressure sirens echoing through smoke. Maintenance corridors, overbent inspection braces and shattered converter ladders, methoding transport halls, while endless structural tension crushes industrial chambers packed with boiling exhaust haze and violent operational pressure strain. Mercury static rips through flooded transmission corridors, while overloaded amplifier towers spit sparks beside cracking ductile trenches and warp really braces, shattered antenna frames hanging beneath rotating emergency arrays over smoking capacitor housings and bin inspection ladders coated in ash and coolant residue. Pressure gauges tremble at the side, rupture transformer walls and boiling intake ducts, violent discharge storms hammering narrow maintenance sectors, while metallic debris rattles through fractured cable tunnels and broken converter gates. Electric arcs flashing beneath blackened ceiling grids as damaged broadcast chambers pulse to the side, flooded utility pits and twisted containment rails. Endless interference force crushing reinforced industrial halls, buried under roaring voltage pressure and violent mechanical strain storms. Overloaded relay corridors, pulse beneath rotating hazard arrays, while fractured transformer rails burst beside flooded utility pits and crack. All sparks tearing through smoke-filled maintenance halls, over warp containment braces and shattered converter ladders, pressure alarms vibrating through damaged cable sectors, while boiling discharge storms hammer industrial chambers packed with metallic exhausts, electric for relay corridors and burning converter chambers, sparks cascading through smoke-filled maintenance halls, over warped containment braces and shattered converter ladders, pressure alarms vibrating through damaged cable sectors, while boiling discharge storms. Burn to LCO just flooded utility trenches, while overloaded capacitor stacks hammer sparks through cracked inspection sectors and twisted relay ladders beneath rotating floodlight arrays. Pressure sirens roaring through smoke-filled conductor halls beside shattered converter rails and warped containment walls coated in ash and coolant residue. Electric arcs ripping through narrow cable corridors, while fractured intake housings pulse beside boiling transformer pits and damaged broadcast chambers, metallic fragments spinning through blackened ventilation tunnels as endless interference storms crush reinforced industrial structures buried beneath roaring in voltage pressure and violent electrical strain, swallowing every sealed maintenance sector and fractured passageway. Shattered